Krishna. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all devotees. Now we start today's Bhagavatam class. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tatajayam Udiret नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी. हरे कृष्ण. दंडवत प्रणाम. Today we start Srimad Bhagavatam Canto first, chapter first, text 2. Dharma projit kaitava atra parama nirmatsaranam satam वेद्यं वास्तवम अत्र वस्तु शिवदम तापत्रयम उन्मूलनम. श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनि कृते किं वा परे ईश्वरः सद्यः हृदि अवरुध्यते अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिः तत्क्षणात्. हम
प्रोज्झिता कैतव. Kindly repeat after us. Kindly repeat everyone.
Yes.
हर एक को repeat करना.
Yes.
Everyone has to repeat. धर्म प्रोज्झिता कैतव.
धर्मः प्रोज्झिता
कैतवो
अत्र परम निर्मत्सराणां सताम्.
अत्र परमो
परम निर्मत्सराणां सताम्.
Everyone, हर एक को repeat करना है. Everyone has to repeat. वेद्यां वास्तवम अत्र वास्तु.
वस्तु
वेद्यां वास्तवम् अत्र वास्तु.
वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु
शिवदं
उन्मूलम्.
श्रीवदं तापोत्रयोन्मूलनम्.
श्रीमद्भागवते महामुने कृते
श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनि कृते
किं वा परः ईश्वरः
किं वा परे ईश्वरः
सद्यो हृदि अवरुध्यते अत्र.
सद्यः हृदि अवरुध्यते अत्र
कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिः तत्क्षणात्.
तत्क्षणात्.
Anyone can read full
only it
shloka?
was only Dr. Garpagoli Mataji who was repeating. Others also have to read now. Read the full shloka, everyone. Sridhar Prabhuji, Mrunmay Mataji,
If possible,
Rajeshwari
read.
Mataji, Ashish Prabhuji, please read the shloka. Unmute and read. Everyone unmute and read. Ankita Mataji. See, this is not a regular temple class. Here we are learning Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have to learn to read as well. We have to get that confidence that we can read. Yes, Sakhi Shiromani Mataji, you can start.
Yes,
I
Mataji.
will read again once. Dharma projita kaitava atra एद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रय उन्मूलनम्. श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनि कृते किं वा परे ईश्वरः सद्यारुद्धि अवरुध्यते अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिः तत्क्षणात्.
Hari bol. Very good. Now others also please read once. Please unmute and read. Let everyone hear. Mataji, Prabhuji.
धर्मा प्रचिता
परमो निर्मस.
Yes, please read. You are right. You are right. Everyone read. You can repeat and read.
Okay. वेद्यं वस्त्रवान् अत्र
वेद्यं वास्तवम् अस्त्र वस्तु शिवदं तप त्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनि कृते किं वा
परे
ईश्वर सद्यो हृदि अवरुध्येति कृतिभिः शुश्रूभिस्तत्सनात्.
when you read now, you take care. Anyone also read two different reading that chaos.
Hari Bol. So let us understand the meaning of each of the words. Mataji, you can continue.
Yes, Mataji.
Dharma, religiosity.
Dharma, religiosity. Projitha, completely rejected. Kaitavaha, covered by fruitive intention. Astra, herein. Paramaha, the highest. Staranam,
Nirvatsara.
Nirmastaranam, of the 100% pure in heart. Satam, devotees. Vedyam, understandable. Vastavam, factual.
Vastava,
Astra, given.
actual.
Factual. Astra, herein. Vastu, substance. Sivadam, well-being. Tapatraya, threefold miseries. Anmulanam, causing uprooting of. Srimad, beautiful. Bhagavade, the Bhagavata Purana. Mahamuni, the great sage. Vyasadeva, Kriti, having compiled. Kim, what is. Va, the need. Preha, the others.
Pare.
Ishvaraha, the Supreme Lord. Sadhya, at once. Hridi, within the heart. Avarutte, become compact. Astra, herein. Kritibihi, by the pious men. Susrubihi, by culture. That's sanad, without delay.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavad Puran propounds the highest truth, which is understood by those devotees fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasdeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. Om Gyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Nama Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guroho Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavancha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakkancha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhecha Krupa Sindhube Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Purport by the Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Religion includes four primary subjects, namely pious activities, economic development, satisfaction of the senses, and finally liberation from material bondage. Irreligious life is a barbarous condition. Indeed, life begins when religion begins. Eating, sleeping, wearing, and mating are the four principles of animal life. These are common both to animals and to human being. But religion is the extra function of the human being. Without religion, human life is no better than animal life. Therefore, in human societies, there is some form of religious which aims at self-realization and which makes a reference to man's eternal relationship with God. The lower stages of human civilization, there is always competition to lord it over the material nature, or in other words, there is continuous rivalry to satisfy the senses. Driven by such consciousness, man turns to religion. He thus performs pious activities or religious function in order to gain something material. But if such material gains are obtainable in other ways, then so-called religion is neglected. This is the situation in modern civilization. Man is thriving economically, so at present he is not very interested in religion. Churches, mosques, and temples are now practically vacant. Men are more interested in factories, shops, and cinemas than in religious places which were erected by their forefathers. This practically proves that religion is performed for some economic gain. Economic gains are needed for sense gratification. Then his effort in the pursuit of sense gratification, he takes to salvation and tries to become one with Supreme Lord. Consequently, all these states are simply different types of sense gratification. In the Vedas, the above mentioned four activities are prescribed in the regulative way so that there will not be any undue competition for sense gratification. But Srimad Bhagavatam is transcendental to all these sense gratificatory activities. It is purely transcendental literature which can be understood only by the pure devotees of the Lord who are transcendental to competitive sense gratification. In the material world, there is keen competition between animal and animal, man and man, community and community, nation and nation. But devotees of the Lord uh, uh, rise above such competitions. They do not compete with materialists because they are on the path back to Godhead, where life is eternal and blissful. Such transcendentalists are non envious and pure in heart. In the material world, everyone is envious of everyone else, and therefore there is competition. But the transcendental devotees of the Lord are not only free from material envy, but are well wishers to everyone. And they strive to establish a competitionless society with God in center. The contemporary socialist conception of a competitionless society is artificial because in the socialist state there is competition for the post of dictator from the point of view of the Vedas are from the point of view of common human activity. Sense gratification is the basis of material life. There are three paths mentioned in the Vedas. One involves spiritual activities to gain promotion to better planets. Another involves worshipping different demigods for promotion to the planets of the demigods. And another involves realizing the absolute truth and its impersonal feature and becoming one with him. we stop here. We discuss about this and then we continue again. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji.
Hare
So
Krishna.
basically, yes, Mataji. You wish to continue? Hare Krishna. You wish to continue, Mataji?
No, this discussion then after continue.
Yes, Mataji. So, Gaurangi Shakti Mataji would like to add something? Hare Krishna. So here,
Where she
yes,
also,
Mataji.
where she joined.
Hare Krishna, Hare
You can
Krishna,
continue.
Krishna Krishna,
Don't waste time, please.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare-
So here, in the
Hare.
first shloka, Sri Vyas ji has given his obeisances to Krishna before starting this literature. And then now, he has also given the reasons why he is giving obeisances to Krishna as compared to everyone else. And in this particular shloka, we'll find that he is now giving ideally why all religious activities, if they are materially motivated, they should be rejected. And Bhagavad Puran is something which is not asking for any religious activities with material intention, but it propounds the highest truth. And he's additionally saying that this can be understood only by those who are going to be fully pure in heart. Now, we have seen in previous shloka discussion that we are all covered by illusion. And so the truth is also covered with illusion. We are not able to distinguish the highest truth. The highest truth ideally is for the welfare of all. But then that is not visible. That truth, if it is implemented, it is going to uproot the threefold miseries. So in order to assist that, this Bhagavatam has been compiled. And this is sufficient for God realization. And if you are able to go ahead with it, then there is no need of any other scripture. And that is why in the last sentence of the shloka, very important, as soon as one attentively and submissively, these two words, attentively and submissively, hears the message of Bhagavatam, then by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within the heart. So we have to be doing it without any questions, by that is, which means that it has to be completely submissively. So Prabhupada ji is explaining it in detail now. So when he is talking about religion in these shlokas, so Prabhupada ji starts with what is religion, what are the subjects of religion. So he mentions that there are four primary subjects of religion. They are namely pious activities, then, which is very important, which we all understand what is pious activities. Second is economic development for sure. Third is that there has to be satisfaction of the senses. And fourth, he is suggesting is that all has to lead to the ultimate objective, which is Krishna. That is liberation from material bondage. So these are the five primary objectives, the subjects of religion. So religion is not talking of anything else. It's not talking about any rituals. It is talking of only these four objects. Then additionally, Prabhupada ji mentions that ideally what happens is the human life begins when religion begins. Otherwise, for humans and animals, there is absolutely no difference. Whatever animals do, the humans also do. So if humans and animals are doing the same thing, then what is the differentiating factor? Definitely the ability to think. But what is to be thought with that? It is to understand and implement religion. So,
Self-realization.
if you are not starting religion, if you are not implementing religion, then the human life is not starting at all. Human life starts when religion begins. And what is the aim of the religion? Prabhupada clearly explains that religion aims at self-realization, which makes man's reference to eternal relationship with God. So please understand. This is the aim, self-realization. Who am I? The biggest question. And what is my relationship with Krishna? So it is religion which is able to provide answer to this. Now, because we are in material world, there is competition all around. And this competition is such that everyone wants to control everyone else. So Prabhupada mentions that there is always competition to lord over the material nature. And so there is continuous rivalry in order for the Indriya to be satisfied. But this is resulting in difficulties because they cannot be satisfied. Nothing can satisfy in this world because we do not belong to this world at all. Suppose you have a fish which belongs to water and you have the best of the fish foods with you. And you take the foods, keep it in a plate and take the fish out of the water and put it in front of the plate. Now it is best of the fish food. But will the fish be able to satisfy it? No, because it is not in its original place. So similarly, we the jivas are not in the original place. And so irrespective of whatever we try, we'll never be satisfied. And that is what creates problems. So in order to understand this, it is Srimad Bhagavatam, which is very, very important. So Srimad Bhagavatam, what it does is, it is a pure transcendental literature. And this makes us understand what Krishna is, what our real identity is, what our relationship with Krishna is. So Prabhupada ji mentions that even if Srimad Bhagavatam is giving all these things, this transcendental literature can be understood only by those who are pure at heart, who are the pure devotees of the Lord, and who have become transcendental to the competitive sense gratification. Because if you are still fighting for sense gratification, then we will not be able to understand this Srimad Bhagavatam at all. And if you don't understand Srimad Bhagavatam, then what is the use of going through it? So for us to understand Srimad Bhagavatam and its message appropriately, it is very important that we try to purify our heart. That purification of the heart is very, very important. So how do we do it? That becomes the question. Because otherwise, this whole world is full of all kinds of dictators who are competing. Everyone is fighting for sense gratification. So we have to overcome them. So how do we overcome them? Because finally, there have been so many Puranas, so many Vedas are there, and they have been giving different mechanisms. So Prabhupada says that the Vedas give three paths. So first part is talking about karma kanda, fruitive activities. So you do good karma, you go to the higher planets. But if you do bad karma, you go to the lower planets. So what it says is you start doing good activities only. The second path, which is mentioned, is worship demigods, please them, and get promoted to the planets of the demigods. Very easy. But third is realizing the absolute truth, his features, and becoming one with him. But even beyond that, beyond the aspect of absolute truth is the Paramatma, and beyond Paramatma is the personal feature of Krishna. So let us continue the reading and we'll understand it further. Hare Krishna. Because this is a very important topic. So we are going to take little time on this topic. The impersonal aspect, Mataji, would like to read?
No, time is time. Too short time.
The impersonal aspect of the absolute truth is not the highest.
1 minute.
Above the high impersonal feature is the Paramatma feature, and above this is the personal feature of the absolute truth or Bhagwan. Srimad Bhagavatam gives information about the absolute truth in his personal feature. It is higher than impersonalist literatures, higher than Jnana Kanda division of the Vedas, even higher than the Karma Kanda division, and even higher than the Upasana Kanda division, because it recommends the worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. In Karma Kanda, there is competition to reach higher planets for better sense gratification, and there is similar competition in Dhyan Kanda and Upasana Kanda. So see, Prabhupada ji is so great, so clearly giving us an idea how even if you go into all the other literatures, they are not giving us the ultimate objective which is to be achieved. It's only through Bhagavatam that we can get it. Because oneness or impersonal feature is not everything. Beyond that is the Paramatma feature. And beyond that is the Krishna himself, the Bhagwan, the personal feature. And it is about this that we are getting information through Srimad Bhagavatam. And that is why Bhagavatam is higher than all other literatures. Jnana Kand, Karma Kand, Upasana Kand. Because here we are going to be learning actually the worship of Krishna directly. If you talk of Karma Kand, Prabhupada ji says it is going to be about competition. Can I go earlier to heavenly planets? Better sense gratification. How much more time? Or even Jnana Kand or Upasana Kand is what Prabhupada ji mentions the competition going to be there. But it is only the Srimad Bhagavatam which is now giving us complete information and enabling us. That is why it is superior to all these, because it aims at the absolute supreme truth, which is the substance or the root of all categories. From Srimad Bhagavatam, we can come to know the substance as well as the categories. The substance is the absolute truth, the supreme Lord, and all the emanations are relative forms of energies. So that is how Prabhupada ji is now taking us, building us to this nature of Supreme Personality of Godhead, which we understand. And we have to continuously keep praying to him by loudly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day. And that is why Prabhupada ji recommends minimum 16 rounds of chanting. Hare Krishna.